Hi guys, I wanted to share with you the division strategy we've been focusing on the last few sessions. It's called partial quotients. This is very similar to the area model that we used for multiplication earlier in the year. It's just kind of backwards, and they're using a different part of the area model to get their answer. I know it's very different than the long division that we learned as kids, so it's a little tricky for us to follow, but I think it helps them with place value as well. The way we've been looking at it in class has been in reference to finding missing dimensions of something that we're looking for area. For example, if we were trying to find a missing dimension or one of the sides for, let's say, a football field, we could say that the total area of the field was 234 feet. The length of the field were 6 feet, and they might be asked to find the width. So one of the ways that we're starting this strategy is to create the area model. In the past, we would just draw a big box, split it up by place value, and we would multiply to use the inside. So it's just the opposite. So to start, we would make the first part of the area model and label that with the only dimension that we know, which is 6. And then we would start pulling out groups of 10. So we're trying to get as close to this dividend as we can without going over. So they would see that that first box would give them 60. We're trying to get to that, so we're going to keep multiplying by groups of 10 until we get close to that. So then this next one would be another 60, so they can either write 60 in here, or some of them have chose to continue skip counting by 60 so they could physically see how close they were getting. So we pull out another 10. 6 times 10 gives us another 60, or that would be 180. So then they would stop and think, well, can I go again? So if they went again, another 60 would put them at 240, and that's going to go over. So we then told them to stop. The next strategy would then be to subtract. So they're going to take the longest, highest number that they could receive, take that away from their total, and then start the process again. So that would be 234 minus 180. That gives them 4. And that gave them 54. So then this becomes the new total that replaces that. So that's what's left over. So then they'd, again, start skip counting by 6, see how high they could get, if they could get 54 evenly, or if not, we'd end up with a remainder. So you know they could skip count 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and then 54, and they'd see that they would have skip counted 9 times. Gives them at an even 54. They could subtract again to see that they're going to end up with, sorry about that, with nothing. If they were to end up with a number here, that would represent their remainder if they were to have division with a remainder. So we'd come back to this. I just finished drawing the boxes for them to see. It's very similar to the area model. If we were multiplying, we would just use the inside numbers and we would add them. But since we're dividing, we're using the outside of the model. So then they would just add all of this together. So it'd be 10, 20, 30, 39. Please let me know if you need additional practice. Again, we've had just a couple of sessions to work on this with testing. We'll continue working on it when I see them again next week. So hopefully this does help aid in you guys being able to help them. Thank you.